Brilliant. Okay, so let's start with your warm-up today. So again, just nice and steady, getting everything warm, marching on the spot. Looks like, according to BBC weather anyway, this might be the last of the nice days that we have, and then some well-needed rain is coming on its way. So hopefully if you can kind of get outdoors and work outdoors today, that'd be quite nice. So knees up, and again, just getting your knees slightly higher as we go, starting with all these exercises because it's your warm-up with sort of less intense versions, and then we're just going to ramp it up as we go. Again, making sure hopefully everybody's got some water or some kind of hydration there with them, because obviously if it is warm and sweaty, you want to make sure that you're replenishing those all your electrolytes and all your hydration. Into your squats, so feet are hip distance apart. Again, we'll start quite shallow, and then as you warm up and get deeper into that squat, I'm just going to turn my feet out slightly just to accommodate for bump. Okay, so again, we're just warming up the hips, the knees, the ankles. Some of you might already be warm if you've been out on a walk this morning, or if you've done one of the classes already this morning, but it doesn't hurt just to get everything moving again if you've been stationary for an hour or so. Just get everything moving again. Good. Nice and wide with those feet, so we're going to go side to side. And again, if this doesn't feel particularly comfortable, you can just adjust your height that you kind of lean in side to side. Just stick with normal squats if this side movement isn't very comfortable. So just stick with your normal squat, keep going with those squat warm-ups. And then we're going to go into some reverse lunges just to get the hip flexors nice and warm. So this you should feel on the inner thighs, just warming up inside the thighs there. If anybody's got a Fitbit or an exercise watch, switch it on. And I'll try and remind you to switch it off at the end, but obviously that's all depends on how my brain's working. Reverse lunges. So again, we're not looking to go super low down to the ground with these, just getting the hip flexors warm, so the muscles that are down the front of the thighs, keeping them nice and mobile, getting them warmed up. Good, then we're going to go for upper body stretches, so taking your arms out nice and wide, stretching out through the chest. Hey, I'm getting sweaty already. Definitely warming me up. Good. And then we'll go out on the diagonal just so we get a bit of a deeper stretch through those chest muscles. Taking it out. And then after the chest, we want to warm the shoulders up. So just taking it like we're doing backstroke in a swimming pool. Again, try and make sure that you're not standing close to anything where you're going to hit your hands. Just be aware of your space around you. Good, bringing it forwards. So like I say, for this circuit class today, it's going to be a pyramid style. So starting with a 20-second circuit, then a 30-second, then a 40-second, then a 50-second. And then coming back down, we're just going to come back down to a 30-second, possibly finish on a 20, depending on lower back and waist stretching, depending on how much time we've got at the end. So if you need to just lift your heel off the ground with these, just so we're not putting pressure through the knees, you can do, but this is just to loosen off the lower back, the waist, and kind of mid-torso area. Okay, fab. So your 6 exercises that we're doing today, we're going to do squats or any sort of squat variation. So I'm going to do normal bodyweight squats. If you want to do squat jumps, you can do your squat jumps. If you want to do squat pulses and just keep it down nice and low, if you feel that that burns your legs a little bit more, it's completely up to you. I'm just going to stick with normal bodyweight squats, but your first exercise is going to be squats of some variation. Plank jacks into shoulder taps. Again, I'm limiting these to just doing kneeling shoulder taps because of where I am in my pregnancy. But ideally for you guys, your harder variation is going to be a jack into a shoulder tap, into a jack, into a shoulder tap, or tapping the feet, tapping the shoulders, or stick with me and just do kneeling shoulder taps, okay? So whatever feels most comfortable for you. Jumping jacks, your third exercise. So again, your 3 variations. You've got a normal jumping jack. you've got a side step jack, or you've got a power style, which is your higher intensity version where both your arms and your legs go out at the same time. Fourth exercise is going to be squat to front kick. So getting a bit of core engagement. Again, if you struggle a bit with that, you can do a squat to side kick, which I might end up doing just because it's going to be more comfortable on my stomach. Or again, stick to fast bodyweight squats. Laying 90-degree crunch. So knees are going to be at 90 degrees, elbows come up to your ears, and you're literally just going to crunch the top half of the body up towards the knees. Again, I'm going to do something different. I'll probably just do heel slides because they're nice and controlled on my core muscles. And then your last one is burpees, everyone's favourites. So you've got your 3 variations of burpees. You do them raised up from a table, a sofa, or a step. You can do them from the floor. You can do them with a jump at the end. So you can either step them out and in from whatever surface you're working from. Okay, so stand, stepping out and in, and stand. You can jump them out and in and stand, or you can jump them out in and put a sort of a tuck jump or a jumping jack or something on the end if you want to make it just that bit harder. So, first round is going to be 20 seconds of each of those exercises. We're starting with your squat variation. So either squat jumps or normal bodyweight squats or squat pulses. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go for quite a wide stance for a bodyweight squat, just because it's obviously more comfortable for me. But you guys, I want your feet facing forwards. Want to be about just slightly wider than hip distance apart, okay? So whatever your variation is that you're doing, 3, 2, 1. We've got 10 seconds. Get down on the floor. We're going to do plank jacks into shoulder taps, or just taps with the shoulders, or just taps with the feet. Okay, I'm just going to go for kneeling shoulder taps, just because that's far more comfortable for me at this point, not putting a load through my stomach muscles. But you guys can jack it out and in with your feet, tap it out and in with your feet, and then add in that shoulder tap if it feels comfortable to do so. Good. Third exercise, jumping jack. So we're back up on your feet, and it's going to be either a normal jumping jack, a power star, or a side tap. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Away we go. I'm tapping side to side. You pick whatever version or variation works for you, with whatever intensity you're working at. Got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, good. Okay, rest there. Squat to front kicks. So squat with a bit of a twist for your core. I'm going to do squat to side kicks just because it's slightly easier on my stomach. Good, away we go. Squat, front kick. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the side, just so that I can avoid that discomfort with my bump. But you guys want to be kicking forwards, and a little bit of a twist in the body, so that you're really engaging through those abdominal muscles. Good, rest down on the floor, legs are bent at 90 degrees, elbows are at your temples, and you're going to come up, crunch up, elbows are coming up towards your knees. Away you go. So I'm going to do feet taps actually. And if I've got anybody else on here, if Sophie's joined, if we've got any other pregnant ladies, I'm just going to do some toe taps, just nice and controlled through that lower stomach. But for everybody else, I want you to be crunching up through the top half of your body, bring those elbows up to your knees. Good, and then we're finishing with burpees. So whatever your burpee variation, I'm going to do mine from the table, but just try and make sure you're working to your highest intensity. Away we go. I'm just stepping out and in. You get a little rest after this to grab a drink. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest there. Good. So that's your 6 exercises that we're going to be doing. That's your 20-second round. So hopefully we're all nice and warm. We all know what variation works best for us. It's going to get more intense as we get up. Obviously, next round is going to be 30 seconds. So we're going to get a little bit more intense with your next round. So again, pick your variation. Either, I'd advise starting with the harder variation. If you get tired, you can drop down. But just do as much as you can for the next 30-second round. I'm going to, again, stick with the low intensity versions of everything. You've got a 10-second rest still in between each of those exercises, and it's the exact same 6 exercises that we've just done, okay? So we're just going to have a quick drink. And as I say, always try and make sure that you're sipping it, not gulping it in between while we're still working, just because you don't want to make yourself sick or feel sick whilst you're jumping up and down. Okay, so back into the first exercise, which is your squats. So either jumping squats, pull squats, or just normal bodyweight squats. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So 30 seconds this time of whatever squat variation you're wanting to go for. Good. Well done, guys. So it's just working to whatever intensity feels most comfortable for you, but that feels like it's challenging and pushing you. Okay, feet are just wider than hip distance apart. And we're going with that. Sticking the bum right out, keeping the back straight, keeping the chest out. 3, 2, 1. Down into your plank position. So I'm going to go into your feet, jumping jacks into your, plank jacks into your shoulder taps. I'm just going to go from my knees into shoulder taps. Okay, but you guys either jumping your feet out and in, or tapping your feet and then tapping your shoulders. So we're transferring the weight from the feet, and then we're transferring the weight from the hands, and your stomach muscles are working super hard to try and control that movement through your hips. Squeezing through the stomach muscles, and breathe all the way through. 3, 2, good. Back onto your feet. We're going for jumping jacks. So again, whatever your variation is, whether it's power stars, whether it's jumping jacks, whether it's step taps. Okay, away we go. So obviously I'm going to go for the side to side step, side to side tap even. Just trying to make sure, certainly for me, that I'm raising my heart rate slightly but not too high. But for you guys, unless there's any medical reason why you shouldn't, try and get that heart rate up and try and keep it up so that we're burning all those calories. 3, 2, 1, good. Squat to front kicks are your next ones, okay? Again, I'm going to stick with a side kick, not coming too high because I don't want to disrupt my pelvis too much, but you guys are going to go for a front kick, okay? So squat and kick, squat and kick. Okay, so if you're doing your front kicks, bringing that elbow to your knee, a little bit of a twist, so you're engaging through your core muscles, okay? 10 seconds left. Got 2 more exercises after this, and then we get another rest. Good. Rest there, down on the floor for your 90-degree crunches. So we're down onto the floor, bring those knees up to 90 degrees, hands are coming up to your temples, and you're crunching those elbows up towards your knees, okay? I'm going to do my toe taps, try and really push my spine down into the ground, really pull my belly button as close as I can in towards my spine. These might not be working for me with my pregnant belly. You guys carry on, just keep going. Just do as much as you can. I'm going to go into heel slides. Good, last one, we're back up on our feet for our burpees, and then we get another rest. Okay. Good, away we go. So burpees, either stepping out and stepping in, jumping out and jumping in, from a raised surface or from the floor. Good. Well done, guys. Remember, you can put a tuck jump at the end if you're desperate to make it a bit harder. You mad things. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome, well done. Grab yourselves a drink. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple of changes to what I'm doing as far as those core exercises because they don't feel very comfortable for me. So you guys, I'll talk you through what to keep doing. I'm just going to make a few changes. So on the video, it's going to look a little bit different to what I'm telling you to do. But just listening to my body, my belly does not like being laid back on the floor like that. Okay, so next round, 6 of those exercises, all exactly the same. And we're going to be going 40 seconds this time round. So just increasing that intensity by another 10 seconds. Okay, 6 exercises. Same rest gap in between, so we're still just going for 10 seconds rest in between. Hopefully everybody's heart rates are up, hopefully everybody's feeling good and sweaty. I'm going to go back to the beginning again, so back to your squat variation. Ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So whatever squats you decide to do, whether it's jumping squats, squat pulses, or just normal bodyweight squats, make sure you're sticking that backside out behind you. Try and make sure that you're not letting the knees come forward over the toes, okay? So going as fast as you can if you're doing bodyweight squats, going as high as you can if you're doing jumping squats, and just make sure if you're doing any sort of squat pulsing that you're keeping that, you're not bouncing, that you're keeping that control in the squat pulse. 10 seconds left. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Down onto the floor for your, excuse me, plank jacks into your shoulder taps. I'm going to stay in a bear crawl position for mine. Good, away we go. So we're just going to shoulder tap, or we're going to plank jack, or we're going to plank tap. I don't really care if you do a variation of one of those exercises. I don't care if you take out the shoulder taps and you just do your plank jacks. If you do the whole combination of jacks into shoulder taps, if you do feet tapping into shoulder tapping, I'm not bothered. Just squeeze through those core muscles and try and stop your hips from rocking side to side, okay? So choose what feels most comfortable for you. And breathe. Try and remember to keep that breath going all the way through. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're back on our feet for jumping jacks. So we've got 40 seconds of power stars, jumping jacks, or side taps. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So tapping side to side. For me, just as a lower intensity option. You guys go for whatever works for you. So nice wide jumping jacks. Nice high power stars if that's what you've decided to go for. Okay. And the important thing is that we just keep moving all the way through. So whatever intensity you're working through, if you need to drop it down, if you start with a higher intensity move, but you find it's a bit too hard and need to drop it down, listen to your body. It's absolutely fine. I'd rather you drop it down than stop altogether. So just keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Good. Squat to front kicks are your next ones. Okay, with that little bit of a twist, so we're getting a bit of core engagement. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So squat. I'm going to go for a low side kick. You guys want to go for as high as you can front kick, okay? So when you're doing that front kick, bringing that elbow forward as well. So you're getting that twist through the body. And we're also getting that work down the hamstrings and glutes at the back as you kick forwards. Okay, so we're not just working the quads at the front when we squat, we're working the back of the legs as well as we kick. Good. So if any other pregnant ladies are doing this, don't bring your leg up too high in the side. Okay, we don't want to be putting too much pressure through the pelvis. Brilliant, rest there. Back down to the floor for your crunches. I'm going to do Supermen's for this one, but you guys want to be down on your back. Knees are at 90 degrees. I'm going to do opposite arm to leg raises, just because lying on my back doesn't feel very comfortable. But you guys are crunching those elbows up to your knees. Breathe out as you come up. Breathe in as you go down. So as you bring those elbows up towards your knees, you want to try and make your rib cage as small as possible. So breathing all the air out of the lungs, bringing that diaphragm in, squeezing those ribs together, and really focusing on pulling all those core muscles in nice and tight. Good. We're nearly there. Keep it going. You've got one more exercise left, which is everyone's favourite burpees. So back up on your feet. So whether you're doing it from a raised position or from the floor, pick your intensity. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So I'm just going to step mine out, step them in, and stand. Good. 10 seconds gone. We've got 30 seconds left. Again, we get another rest after this. Good, 20 seconds left, keep it going. We're almost there, last one of this round. Good, 10 seconds to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good, awesome, great. So grab yourselves a quick drink, a few sips of water, keep those hydration levels up. So this next round is your most intense round, so we take it up to 50 seconds. So if you thought 40 seconds was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet, kid. So, but this is as intense as it's going to get, okay? So we're adding another 10 seconds on. This is as bad as it gets, 50 seconds per exercise. Again, where you can, start at your highest intensity level, and if you need to, then you can drop down through lower intensities, but you're just pushing yourself as much as you can, rather than starting at a lower intensity and then kind of trying to see if you can find your feet. Hopefully now you'll feel like you know where your level is and what you're working at and what feels comfortable, okay? So back to your squats at the beginning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So squat variation, whatever you're doing, squat jumps, bodyweight squats, or squat pulses. Okay, so if we're doing squat jumps, we're getting as high as we possibly can. Think about being that basketball player that we're aiming to get ball in a hoop. We want it to jump as high as we possibly can. Really working through those quads, catching it with nice soft knees, nice soft ankles. So I don't want anybody catching their squat, okay, with straight legs and jarring those joints. Nice soft landings for everybody. And again, if you're doing any sort of squat pulses, make sure it's not a bounce, make sure it's a deliberate pulse, okay? Again, bodyweight squats, just try and work as fast as you can. I'm slowing mine down, obviously, just because of my intensity level. Good. Second exercise is your plank jacks. Again, I'm going to go for a bear crawl position, but ideally I want you guys in a plank position, so straight line from the ankles through to the shoulders. Away we go. So jumping the feet out and in, or tapping the feet out and in, and then shoulder taps as your little combination move. Alternatively, if you've got problems with your shoulders and you can't weight bear, just go for plank taps. Okay, just moving through those feet, making sure that we're not rocking through the hips. Squeezing the stomach nice and tight, pull that belly button in as tight as you can, and breathe all the way through. So try and make sure that you're not holding your breath at any point, that we're really focusing on squeezing those core muscles and you're pulling that belly button right the way in towards your spine. Good. Awesome. Back up onto your feet for your jumping jacks. So your 3 variations, your power star, your jack, or your side taps. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So either your normal jumping jacks, your power stars, where both arms and legs are coming up out at the same time and off the floor at the same time. I mean, your arms aren't on the floor, but you know what I mean. Or these taps side to side, where we're still moving the body, we're still getting the heart rate up, but we're not putting that high intensity jump through your joints, okay? We've got 20 seconds to go. We're almost there. This is the hardest round, remember. So start at that higher intensity, and then if you need to, you can drop it down one level, and again, if you need to, you can drop it down another level. Okay, so if you're able to do your power stars at the beginning, even if you just give me 3. Good, rest there. So squats to front kicks with that slight twist in, bring the elbow to the knee, so we're getting a bit of core movement as well as everything else. Okay, away we go. So squat to kick. I'm going to stick with sides, but you guys are kicking out as high as you can to the front, bringing that elbow to the knee, opposite elbow to knee. So we're getting a bit of a twist, we're getting a bit of core engagement. We're getting glutes working at the back and hamstrings down the back of the legs, but we're also getting quads at the front. Okay, so this is a good all over body burner. Down to those 20 seconds again. Almost there. 2 more exercises to go after this. And then we've got 1, possibly 2 more rounds, depending on how I'm feeling. 9, 8, 7, we're nearly there. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. So you're onto your back for your 90-degree crunches. I'm going to stay on my front and do my Superman. Okay, away we go. So you're going to have your feet lifted off the floor at 90 degrees, and you're going to pull your elbows into your knees, and then back down. Try not to touch the ground when you go back down. Try and just keep those head and shoulders lifted all the time so you've got constant tension through the stomach muscles. Okay, so we're really going to focus on breathing out as you bring those elbows up towards your knees, squeezing the air out of your lungs and pulling the belly button in and upwards. So imagine you try to pull it underneath your rib cage. It's all about mind and muscle connection. So it's all about really engaging the brain with what your muscles are supposed to be doing. Thinking about where you're working. Keep it going. Breathe all the way through. Good. Last one's your burpees. So back up onto your feet. Okay. So your final 50 seconds. Away we go. So I'm going to step out, step in and stand. You can jump out, jump in and stand. You can jump out, jump in and tuck jump. You can jump out, jump in and jumping jack. You can add a press up at the bottom if you really want to, if you've got the energy to do that now. The variations are endless with burpees. Such a versatile exercise. That must be why everybody loves them so much. 20 seconds left of these. Nearly there. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good. So we're going to do 2 more rounds. We're going to do a round of 30 seconds, then a round of 20 seconds, and then we're done. So we're not doing the 40-second round at the end. We're going to come straight from 50 down to 30, 30 down to 20, and then we'll stretch out, okay? So a quick sip of your drink. Just a couple of seconds to get your breath back. 2 more rounds of those 6 exercises. So we've probably got maybe about 6 more minutes of work. And then we're done. So 30 seconds per exercise. Yeah, so this is a 3, just shy of 4-minute round, and then we'll have a 3-minute round, and then we're done. Okay. So, are we all still with me, hopefully? We're going to go again, start from your squats. 30 seconds per. Ready? 3, 2, 1, away we go. So squat jumps, bodyweight squats. This should be getting easier and easier now. So we've got 30 seconds instead of 50. So this round should feel like it flies by. Should feel super fast compared to where we've been. Just make sure with your squats that you keep your chest up, you keep your back nice and straight, that you stick your backside out behind you. So stick your bum right out, making sure that you're not bringing those knees forward over your toes. And again, try and keep your toes facing forward, unless there is a medical reason why you need to turn your toes out slightly. Good, rest there. Down on the floor, you've got your planks. So plank jacks into shoulder taps. Again, I'm going to go from a bear crawl position, so I'm squeezing through my stomach, and I'm just going to tap my shoulders side to side, trying to really focus on engaging through my core. You guys, I want you still to do the same, focus on engaging through your core. But you're going to do that jumping out and in with your feet, or tapping out and in with your feet, and then transferring your weight into your hands, or whatever variation of this exercise you're choosing to do. Like I say, by all means, take out one or the other. If you've got problems with your shoulders, just do your feet. Good, back onto your feet. We've got your jumping jacks. Okay, so 30 seconds. It goes nice and quick now, doesn't it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So jumping jacks, power stars, or side taps. Again, start with the most intense version that you can comfortably do, and then work your way down if you need to. If not, stick with that higher intensity version all the way through. We've got 15 seconds left. Okay. We're almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, good. 10 seconds rest, squats or front kicks. Yeah, 30 seconds definitely feels a lot shorter than 50. I mean, I know it is, but it feels it too, which is nice. 3, 2, 1. Squats or front kick. I'm going for my side kicks. Okay. But you guys are going to go for those squats or front kicks, bringing that elbow round. So you get that twist through the core. I'm not lifting my legs too high. So again, any pregnant ladies, we're not going for a high lift. We're just going for a low kick so that we can work the pelvis without putting too much load or pressure through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Down on the floor on your backs for your 90-degree crunches. I'm going to come down onto my front. Ready? Away we go. So bring those elbows up to your knees. Try not to touch the floor with your head and shoulders when you finish. Really going to go for this squeeze through the core, okay? So you're squeezing that belly button down right towards the spine. Or if anybody's choosing to do these Supermen with me, focusing on squeezing the belly button up into the spine. Whichever way you're doing it, just try and make sure that your brain is working with those stomach muscles. Good. Last one, burpees. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Okay. So making sure that you're working to your intensity level. Okay. Stepping out and stepping in is going to be your lowest intensity. Jumping out, jumping in is your next intensity. Jumping out and jumping in and tuck jumping is your highest intensity. We're nearly there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Have a quick drink. Then we've got one more round, which is your 20-second round, which will go like that. And then we'll stretch out and then we're done. Okay. So hopefully this sets you up for a nice Tuesday. And remember, because it's been warm and certainly because hopefully you've been sweating through this class, just keep that fluid intake up all the way through the day, okay? So it's not just after the class, it's not just during the class. We're drinking water or some sugar-free juice or something like that throughout the whole day, okay? So last round, 20 seconds. This is going to feel like we take a breath and it's over, okay? So, is everybody ready for your last final countdown? Good. So we're starting bodyweight squats or squat variations for your first exercise. Ready? Last round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So whatever squat variation you're choosing, and again, you can go for that higher intensity this time maybe, because we're only doing 20 seconds. So you're halfway through already. You've only got 10 seconds left now, guys. Nice and quick. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Down on the floor for your plank jacks to shoulder taps. Again, I'm going to take the bear crawl position. I want you guys in a nice straight line from the ankle to the shoulder. Away we go. 20 seconds. So jacking the feet out and in, and then tapping the shoulders up at the top, or whatever variation works best for you. You know your body, so you know what works best for you. And even if that's just holding a straight plank, then just hold a straight plank. 3, 2, awesome. Back on your feet for your jumping jacks. Okay, like I say, 20 seconds. You blink and you miss it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks. So power stars, jumping jacks or side taps, whatever your variation is. Getting those muscles working, keeping that heart rate up. But maybe because we're working slightly shorter rounds, a little bit of recovery is able to happen here. Going through these exercises. 3, 2, 1. Good. Squat to front kicks is your next one. Okay. Ready? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to go for side kicks. You guys are going squat to nice high front kicks. So making sure by this point you should be nice and warm. You should be able to get those feet up nice and high, karate style. Turning the elbow so you're getting a bit of core engagement. Okay. Excellent, guys. Down into your 90-degree crunches. So you're down onto your back. And away we go. So feet are off the floor, legs are at 90 degrees. Pulling those elbows up towards your knees. Breathing out as you do. Pulling those core muscles in nice and tight. Squeezing the stomach muscles as much as you can. Obviously, I'm going to go for these front Supermen. 3, 2, 1. Your last exercise, 20 seconds of burpees, and then we're done. Then we'll stretch out. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So again, I'm going to go for my lower impact, lower intensity version, where I can step out and step in. Okay. We're nearly there. 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, 1, and woohoo! Awesome. Rest there. Brilliant work, guys. So we're done. Hopefully everybody's nice and sweaty. Hopefully those exercises were adaptable for everybody. So pyramid is a really nice way of just building your intensity up a little bit and then obviously bringing it back down as you need to. I'm just going to go through a stretch out and cool down. Okay, so stick with me if you want to. If you're quite happy doing your own cool down, you can sayonara, you can go now if you want to. But we will stretch out, okay? So once you've had a little sip of your drink, let's come up to standing. We're going to take the arms all the way up, reach over backwards slightly so as we're opening out through the core muscles. So get a nice stretch through those stomach muscles, reaching up to the ceiling the whole time. So you don't want to be leaning back and putting pressure through your back, you want to be up. So reach up to the sky and then bend back slightly. Taking a nice deep breath. And hinge it forwards. Okay. So making that number 7, nice flat back, stretching down the back of the hamstrings. Feel that stretch all the way down the back of the legs. And then when you're ready, fold it forwards. I can't go all the way down anymore, but fold it forwards. Hands are hanging heavy, head's hanging heavy. Feel the stretch through the lower back. Take my feet just that bit wider. So I can stretch through my lower back. Slowly roll it up the spine, so we don't get that head rush. Stretching through your quads, so the fronts of your legs, if you need to hold on to something. If you've got something to hold on to, then I would prefer that you do hold on to something. Knees are together, heels pulled in towards your bum. Squeeze your butt cheeks to try and push your hips forward, so you get a nice elongated stretch through that front thigh. Good, swap sides. Okay, so again, the same thing, pulling that heel up towards your bum, keeping your knees together, squeeze your bum cheeks, and really feel that stretch through the front of your bent knee, your thigh with the bent knee. And again, just deep breaths, really working on stretching those muscles, but bringing that heart rate back down as well. So nice deep breaths. Good, take your arms around behind you, stretch your chest out, so squeeze the shoulder blades together, either placing the hands on the top of the bum and squeezing the elbows together, or grab a hold of your wrist and just press your chest out. Head wants to be up with this one, so we're nice and open right the way through the front of the chest. Getting a good stretch, shoulder to shoulder. Good, from here we're going to tuck the chin into the chest, bring the hands around in front of us, and stretch those shoulder blades as far apart as we can, so we've got a nice stretch through the upper back. Good, bring one hand across the front. We're going to stretch the shoulders. And again, nice deep breath the whole way through.
I was training heavily. Bye. Love you.
See you later.
When I
Good, swap sides. Good. And then we're going to just stretch out that lower back and waist. And again, taking the heel off the ground, if you need to, just so we're not putting any pressure or load through the knees. Although if you're quite comfortable, you can keep your heels on the ground and just stretch through the lower back and the waist. Brilliant. Well done, guys. Excellent work. Fantastic. Let me just...
Oh, thank you, Becca. That was really good.
Fabulous.